Did you ever wonder why sometimes we feel like we don't have any reason to be happy? We wake up every morning without knowing whether today will be the day we experience real joy. Why does life feel so confusing sometimes? What makes us happy? We keep asking ourselves these questions, but there are times when we don't get the answers. Because even when we seem to have everything in life, a good job, money, friends, and family, sometimes we feel like something is missing. There is an empty space inside us that cannot be filled. In today's story, we will explore the idea that sometimes we miss happiness because we think it is somewhere else. But it might actually be right here all along. Our society often teaches us that true joy comes from owning a big house, lots of money, or finding the perfect person to spend our lives with. These things are not wrong, but what happens when we get them? Sometimes we realize that while they brought us a moment of happiness, the joy didn't last forever. Before we begin, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more such wonderful stories. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by a thick forest, there lived 3 brothers named Roshan, Samy, and Dary. Their parents had passed away many years ago, and they lived together in a small but cozy cottage that was left to them by their parents. All 3 brothers were hardworking and honest. Every day they would go to the forest to collect wood and sell it at the market. They were respected members of the community, known for their integrity and helping nature. Although their lives were humble, they always helped each other and supported one another. But despite their strong bond and simple life, something was missing. It was as if there was a void within them that refused to be filled. They couldn't quite put their finger on it, but there was a nagging feeling that life had more to offer than what they currently had. One evening, after returning from a particularly long day in the forest, the brothers were discussing their day over a simple meal of bread and cheese. "I can't help but wonder," Roshan began, breaking the silence. "I can't help but wonder what my purpose is in life. We work hard every day, but it feels like there's something more waiting for us." Samy nodded in agreement. "I often feel the same way. I wish I knew what it was, though." Dary, the youngest of the 3, looked thoughtful. "Maybe," he said softly, "our true purpose lies in finding happiness." The brothers fell silent, pondering Dary's words. Happiness, however, was something they had not been able to grasp. No matter how hard they tried, it seemed to remain just out of reach. Days turned into weeks, and the brothers continued their daily routine of working in the forest and selling the wood. But the feeling of emptiness still lingered within them. They couldn't shake off the feeling that there was more to life than chopping wood. Then one afternoon, while the brothers were resting under a large oak tree, they noticed a magnificent white dove perched on a nearby branch. The dove was unlike any they had seen before. Its feathers seemed to shimmer in the sunlight, and its eyes held an otherworldly wisdom. As the brothers watched, mesmerized by its beauty, the dove suddenly spoke to them in a voice that seemed to echo with magic. "Why do you toil so hard, yet never find contentment?" it asked, its gaze piercing. The brothers were taken aback by the talking dove, but quickly composed themselves. "Oh, wise dove," Roshan replied, "we work hard to earn a living, but it seems that even after meeting our basic needs, our hearts remain empty. We yearn for something beyond our current circumstances, but we don't know what it is. The dove listened patiently, and when the brothers finished speaking, it ruffled its feathers and said, "I can see your desire for something more, but you are looking in the wrong places. Happiness is not a distant prize to be won. Okay. It is a state of mind that can be cultivated in the present moment." Intrigued, the brothers questioned the dove further, hoping to understand its cryptic words. The dove explained that true happiness came not from material possessions or distant goals, but from embracing the beauty and wonder of life in every moment. It encouraged them to look within themselves and find contentment in their own company. Before disappearing, the brothers promised the dove to try to find happiness in their everyday life. As the brothers processed the dove's words, they realized that they had been chasing illusions. They had believed that happiness lay in distant goals, like having a big house, owning a farm, or finding a wife. But the dove had opened their eyes to the possibility that happiness might be closer than they thought. From that day on, they made a conscious effort to appreciate the present moment. Instead of merely going through the motions of their daily lives, they began to notice the small wonders that surrounded them. They savored the taste of the bread they ate, the warmth of the sun on their skin, and the sound of the birds singing in the trees. While they did not immediately become joyful, they felt a shift within them. The emptiness that had been their constant companion began to fade, and they started to find pleasure in the simple things in life. One day, Roshan had a sudden realization. He remembered the old abandoned well on the outskirts of the village, a place where children used to play. But over time, it had fallen into disuse. An idea sparked in his mind. He decided to visit the well and see if it could be restored. With some effort, he cleaned out the debris and re-established it as a gathering spot for the villagers. Soon, the well became a hub of activity once again. People came together to draw water, chat, and share news. Watching the villagers laughing and enjoying themselves, Roshan felt a sense of fulfillment. He realized that bringing happiness to others could be a path to his own joy. Inspired by Roshan's initiative, Samy and Dary began to look for ways to contribute to their community. With his green thumb, transformed an empty patch of land near the village into a flourishing vegetable garden. He shared the harvest with the villagers, ensuring that no one went hungry. Dary, known for his storytelling, organized evenings of music and tales under the stars. Villagers gathered to listen to stories, sing songs, and dance, creating lasting memories together. As the brothers witnessed the happiness they were creating, a warmth spread through their hearts. It was not the material wealth or fame that they had once sought, but it was genuine and deeply satisfying. Over time, the brothers aged, but their spirits never faded. They had discovered that the secret to happiness lay not in acquiring material possessions or chasing distant dreams, but in living each day to the fullest and making a positive impact on those around them. They learned that true joy came from the smallest things: a hearty laugh with friends, the satisfaction of a job well done, and the knowledge that they had made their community a better place. The brothers understood that happiness was not a destination, but a journey. It was a choice they made every day to appreciate the gift of life and to share their blessings with others. Their story became a legend in the village, a reminder that happiness was not something to be pursued, but something to be cultivated in the present moment. The brothers realized that the real secret to happiness was not in the things they had or the things they owned. Instead, it was in their attitude towards life. Their appreciation of the little things and their commitment to making the world a better place. So what is the lesson we learn from today's story? The story of the three brothers teaches us that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It's not something you find out there, but something you create here and now. We often fall into the trap of thinking that happiness will come to us when we achieve a certain goal or possess a certain amount of wealth. But in reality, happiness is available to us right now. It's in the connections we make, the kindness we show, and the purpose we find in our lives. Just like the brothers, we may feel a sense of emptiness or dissatisfaction at times. But instead of chasing material possessions or distant dreams, we can find happiness in the present moment. By appreciating the beauty of life, cultivating gratitude, and making a positive impact on those around us, we can create a life filled with joy and contentment. Remember, happiness is a choice we make every day. So let us choose to embrace the present, cherish our blessings, and strive to make the world a better place.